Yeah, but there is the Callas that I have to live up to.
Who has to win, Maria or Callas?
What brings you out to the line?
Maria Callas, she's the greatest. Only for her would I do this.
To miss her would be really a crime. This woman is undoubtedly the greatest singer of this century.
Well, there's a clip from the trailer for Maria by Callas. That's just one of 10 films screening at the first Vancouver Greek Film Festival. And our next guest is a co-founder and also the head programmer. With us today is Harry Killas. He's also the director of the film Greek to Me. That's the festival's closing film. Harry, hi there. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So what was your thought in terms of putting the impetus, I guess, for putting this film fest together?
Well, Greek Heritage Month happens generally in the month of June, climaxing with Greek Day, which many people in town know about, when West Broadway, the former Greek town, is blocked off and people can have souvlaki and beer on the street and take their shirts off. But we thought that Greek Heritage Month could be a little bit more than that. And so Film Festival was one way to contribute to that, and maybe that will be the first of many events in the future. We'll see.
So what was your whole approach to programming then?
Well, I'm a cinephile, I'm a filmmaker, and I do some programming at the Cinematheque on the history of film in British Columbia. And I thought in order to get to as many different audiences as possible, that we should establish a bunch of different themes, rather than just showing the latest of Greek film and contemporary melodrama. So I wanted to show films from the rich historical legacy of Greek cinema, which is quite important and people don't remember necessarily. Then I wanted to show films from Greeks, ethnic Greeks like myself in diaspora. So that could be Australia, South Africa, Europe, England, etc. Then obviously contemporary Greek cinema. As Greek society continues to evolve and change, many of us, in diaspora remember a Greece or think about a Greece that actually isn't contemporary. And then the last theme area would be Greek auteurs, that is, Greek filmmaking authors and artists, and that's where Maria Callas comes in.
I see. Well, what about your film, Greek to Me? A little bit of a Prince Rupert connection. I grew up in Prince Rupert, and your family has connections from earlier in the century.
Yeah, that's right. My father was born in Prince Rupert and grew up there, and the same with his siblings. And his parents immigrated to North America and then ended up in Prince Rupert.
Okay, so what did you want to do with that film?
Well, I wanted to make a film about my father and explore the identity of what a Greek ethnicity means in diaspora, in particular across like many generations, like how Greek am I? Well, not particularly, I guess. And I also want to explore documentary filmmaking. So within the film, there are many different. It's almost a history or a compendium of different documentary techniques over the last 20 years. So a little bit about that, a little bit about my dad, something about me, and time, because it took 17 or 18 years to make the film. So we see people being born and die, basically, in the film.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Now, what you have in archives and the ability to collect and show now as well.
Exactly right.
So what kind of excitement has this festival created in the community here?
People, like our Greek neighbors, for example, I mean, they say that their relatives in Bellingham want to come up for it, and somebody at the local restaurant where my dad goes to have pizza said, "Are you connected to the Harry Killas that's doing the festival?" Because for years it was, "Are you," like to me, "Are you the son of the dentist?" Because my dad was a dentist and he had many of his patients were Greek. So now it's flipped. So it's, "Are you connected to the guy that's doing this festival?" So, and people outside of it, I work at Emily Carr as a film prof. Many people are excited just about festivals. People are excited about festivals in Vancouver generally.
Okay, well, and that's what I was going to say. So venues, where can people find out more information?
The Cinematheque with an H.ca. And it's all going to be at the Cinematheque, which is at the corner of Howe and Helmken. It's a beautiful facility that we have. It's immaculate projection. It's not just for cinephiles, but for anybody. And there's parking around there too.
So what ultimately then, what are your reflections on being a member of the Greek diaspora here in Canada today?
Well, there's some pride, you know, which is inculcated through various honest but also propagandistic messages around heritage and ancient Greece and struggles under occupation for 400 years, and like any immigrant story, really trying to do well or do your best. But my wife isn't Greek, my brother's wife isn't Greek, so we're just part of the cultural mosaic here in Canada. And happy to be.
Well, and ultimately, the audience for this will go beyond the Greek community, isn't that the case?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that there's something in the films that people can connect with on an emotional, intellectual level, even if they're not, and especially if they're not, happen to be Greek, for sure.
Harry, thank you so much for coming in and giving us a little bit of a preview.
That was a pleasure. Thank you, Gloria.